Hey you guys, it's Lacey. So I'm bringing you another house building video today. Surprise, surprise, it's Saturday. I think I pretty much have always uploaded house videos on Saturdays, so I'm not really sure how that happened or why, but it did. It does. I don't know. So anyways, this house is kind of an interesting build. It's called Octagonal Dream Home, and obviously it's in the shape of an octagon. I did that on purpose. I sort of wanted to make, I sort of kind of wanted to challenge myself to see if I could do it, and it did take a while. I did have to practice on the roof a bit to make sure I could get the roof right, because, yeah, it wasn't the easiest thing to do with this roof right here. I had to make several pieces, as you can see, just to get it to look like it blends, and yeah, so I had to do that a lot. Like, I don't know, there's probably like, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think there's only 10 pieces or so, but it takes a while. 10 to 12, I can't remember. Anyway, so then I make a third story, which is technically not a third story. It is actually a rooftop pool, which you will soon see is very cool, and I really like it. But really I kind of had to do that to, like, you know, block out all them parts of the roof that were weird looking. So I wanted the roof to look octagonal too, just like the rest of the house, and in order to do that, I had to do that. So anyways, so now I'm going into doing the rooftop pool, which, as you can see, changes a bit. I change all the windows on it, and I make the walls a bit higher, therefore the pool is a bit higher. And then I'm going to go out and just add some what looks like support areas, I guess, I don't know, and change all the colors of the windows. So this is a very modern home on the inside. So I do this sort of like wood right there with a a metal roof, and then stone on the rest of the home, which isn't very much. It's just basically this part and the top part right there, which is, I guess, the pool actually. Alright, so, and then you will soon notice that I was building the house completely backwards. Like, from where the road is, the front porch, or the front door, was facing towards the back of the house, so I had to turn the whole house around. But I had actually started on the gardening, and I was like, oh man, come on. But it was no big deal. It didn't take very long to fix, so now I'm going in and I was putting in the lights in the pool, and I'm just going in and I'm going to put on all the roof trim now. And I'm going to go ahead and do the layout, which basically, it's pretty awesome actually. I really like how the interior layout is. The middle part there is going to be the main living room, and then that back room that I just made is the kitchen, and this is the master bedroom, bathroom, closet area. This is the second floor, where I'm trying to make the living room area look open to below, which sometimes can be a bit of pain in the butt because, you know how that goes. So yeah, and then so I did, but I had to make it a little bigger than I anticipated, but oh well. So now I'm going in and doing a glass railing around most of that top part, and I don't know what just happened there. Oh, I had accidentally deleted the floor underneath too, and so yeah, here I have to go in, and obviously where them stairs are, it was, it's open to above, so I had to enclose that into its own like tiny little room. And I would imagine that there would probably, like in real life, there'd probably be like a drain system in there or something for like if it rained, or maybe there'd be like a canopy over it, or I don't know. But yeah, we don't have them options right now, so right now I'm going and figuring out the layouts for the bedrooms upstairs, which will actually change a little bit here in just a little bit, because I hadn't put in any of the windows, and then I was like, oh wow, like some of them closets were taking up too much space, and yeah. So right there, now I'm putting in the windows, which in some places I put the smaller windows, but most of the windows on the bottom are floor to ceiling modern looking windows, and this is where I change that right there, because the windows I wanted to be very symmetrical to each other and be in pretty much the same spots throughout the whole house, so I had to move closets here and there, which was no big deal. But so now I'm going to go ahead and start on the exterior of the house. I'm going to put a small railing around there, and then this is where I start on the gardening, where then as I'm not very far into it, thank God, but right about here in a few seconds I'm going to realize that the house is backwards, and then I'm like, how did this happen? And then I'm like, this drive, or this sidewalk goes into nothing. I don't get it. Oh, because the house is backwards. Duh. Blonde moment. Anyway, so I'm just gonna, surround the house in trees, basically. It's a modern house, but not all modern houses need to be tropical, So I figured it's a modern house in sort of like a woodsy area, which I think would go really good in the new outdoor retreat game pack that's going to be coming out this month. I think this house would look really good in that world based on what I've seen so far, and I'm thinking that there's some new trees. Yeah, I think there's some new trees that we're going to be getting, because in the screenshots that I've seen of the new game pack, it seems that there's some trees in there that I haven't seen before, so I'm assuming we're going to get those trees, and I would like to add those trees in on this lot at some point if I, decide to place this lot in that world, which I'm not sure yet. I'll have to test it out. But anyways, so now I'm going in and just putting all the flooring. I use this real dark wood flooring throughout the entire house, pretty much, except for the bathrooms and the kitchen area, which I just use a basic tile flooring, I guess. And this is sort of the accent wall for the living room that I believe does stay that color. It's kind of like a purpley color. I thought that was a pretty cool color to have in there. And then I do stone in the kitchen or the kitchens and the bathrooms, I should say. Yeah, and then I do all kinds of different super bright colors in the bedrooms upstairs. There's 4 bedrooms upstairs, and 4 bedrooms upstairs and 1 bedroom downstairs. So there's actually 5 bedrooms total in this house and 3 bathrooms. And I did leave 2 of the bedrooms unfurnished for you to make whatever you want, because I had already made a teenage boy and a teenage girl's room, and then of course the master bedroom. And I already had a small little workout area, so I was like, well, I don't really know what to put in these rooms. Of course I could furnish it and make it kids rooms, or make it a guest room, or make it whatever, but I decided to leave that for your choice. I like to do that sometimes in my builds, leave a room, or leave a room or 2 if it's big enough, if there's enough space for that, for you guys, my fans, to furnish whatever way you want to. So this is the living room area. I think it's super cute. I really like it. I put in a lot of musical inspired things in this house to make it look very young, and maybe a musician lives here, probably a female, because the colors are all very, bright and kind of girly colors, to be honest. So my guess is that it's maybe a female musician or something that would live in this house, or that would just have this as a rental house or something. I don't know. So this is the little nook area in the dining room where I put some china cabinets and just, some decorations and stuff, which I think looks really cute. I really like that little nook. And then this is a little office nook where I have a computer and, very modern looking chair and desk, and I make it look nice and cluttered, it's well, not too cluttered actually. There's only 3 things there. But yeah, and then I do white curtains throughout the entire house. Very white, very clean looking, I think. So that's why I did that. I do decide to add in some columns right there because I thought it just needed something a little extra right there for that entryway into the kitchen. And then this is just a little, decorative area, I guess you could say, where I have these mirrors and this table right here, I think looks so good together. I think it just really blends well and it looks really good. So, yep. And then I put a couple chairs on either side and a rug in front, I believe. Super modern, nice rug. And then I'm going to put a big, huge rug right here in the middle of the, like right where you walk in, and a couple modern plants. And now I'm going to go into the kitchen. Now the kitchen is pretty nice, I think. I really like it. I think it turned out well. This is going to be right here, is going to be like a little fridge nook. I really like the idea of having this. I think it just looks really good and I like it. Like it's all storage in there. Maybe even like that could be like your pantry area, I guess you could say. Alright, so I did put 2 sinks in here. Basically, I don't know. Some houses just need 2 sinks, I guess, So yeah, I use a lot of decorations in here. Where did I end up putting that stove? I know I put a stove in there somewhere. There it is. There it is. I knew I did. Anyways, so, and of course it's very modern still, very modern kitchen. I love the stone backdrop. I think it just looks really good with this house for some reason. And I was going to put some stools there, but they just weren't working. So this is the breakfast table. Again, with very bright, very bright colors. I really like that. And over in that corner, I just add a little chair, and I think over in the other corner, just a couple more little decorative items, a mirror, and a little, nothing too special. This is the master bedroom. It's kind of an odd shape, so I kind of had to, work my way around things. Basically, what I did here is I added some shelving units, basically to make it look like it's all one unit, like the bed and like the little lamps on the sides there. And then I just put a couple little roses on there and some mirrors behind the bed, which I thought looked really good. Over here I'm going to put a dresser and just some more decorative stuff, a nice little lamp tucked in there in the corner. You gotta love that move objects on cheat, gotta love that. And then a TV, of course, to watch while you're in bed, and some more decorative stuff over there. And then over here, I believe I just do a small little sitting area where your sim can read a book or just sit and relax or whatever. This is the master bathroom. I was just able to fit one of them huge tubs in there. But you know what I really want as far as tubs go? I want like a square tub, and I want like a rectangular tub, but one that's like thick. Like not the skinny rectangular ones that they already have in the game, but like a really like thick rectangular tub. That's what I want. And maybe even like an oval shaped one. That would be pretty cool. Just go ahead and give us more, more of all of that, please. Anyway, so this is the main bathroom for the house. It is actually upstairs, so your Sims will either have to use the master bathroom, which I know normally, in a normal situation, they would not, would not use that, but the Sims probably will in your game. They'll probably just use the master bathroom, but this is the main bathroom for the house. And this, I believe, is going to be the teenage boys' room. I believe, or maybe no. This room this house definitely has more than 5 bedrooms. I thought it had 5, but I'm pretty sure this is a guest room. I could be wrong. Let me see what I put in here. I think this is a guest room. I'm like drawing a blank right now. Yeah, this is a guest room, and then I make 2 more rooms. So I made 4 bedrooms, and there's still 2 rooms to be furnished for your doing. So yeah, I definitely made a mistake, because I put that this house was 5 bedrooms and it's actually 6 bedrooms. But you know, one of them bedrooms doesn't have to be a bedroom. It could be anything. It could be an office, or it could be a library, or a gym, or whatever. So I guess I'm not 100% wrong. Anyways, so this is the teenage girl's room, and I just got done furnishing her little ensuite, which is just like a very tiny little bathroom. This room is so cool. I love it. I decided to put like this star mirror right here, and then like put curtains all around it. Like, I don't know, like I just thought that was, I just really love that wall for some reason. It's just so bright, and like, I don't know, it's so awesome. I really love that. And then she gets her own computer, of course, and her desk is very cluttered. And I add some more mirrors, of course, in here, because a teenage girl, she's going to have lots of mirrors. I add very girly things, and I really like the idea of using them martini glass lamps in her room. So yeah, I really like that idea. This is the teenage boy's room. Yeah, I really like the way it turned out too. A little bit different of a layout, even though the room is exactly the same as the teenage girl's room. It's the exact same shape, it's just opposite, it's just backwards. So the teenage boy is very athletic. He has sports equipment in his room. He's got sports posters on his walls. Yeah, he's just a very athletic boy. So, and I also gave him a TV in his room and a little sitting area right there with a stereo, so him and his friends can listen to music and stuff. So this is the loft area, which basically is just a little sitting area, a bookshelf where your Sims can read books, and obviously I put a little TV area in there, and then a treadmill. So yeah. So we are coming to the screenshots now, so thank you guys so much for watching. Please like and comment on this video, and don't forget to subscribe for daily Sims 4 videos. Bye, you guys!